This video will help you diagnose and troubleshoot your baseline soil moisture sensor that fails to recognize soil moisture. From the controller, turn the dial to the self-test position. Highlight the menu Test Single 2-Wire Device and press Enter to open that menu. Here I can test any device that's been assigned during the search and assign process. Scroll through the list until you find the device you want to test. In this case, it's Moisture Sensor 1. With MS1 highlighted, press Enter to start the test. Moisture Sensor 1 reads 0% moisture, but it also reads 76 degrees temperature. This information tells us the controller can communicate with the sensor, but the data appears to be incorrect. We've taken the initial steps of the controller, so it's time to go out to the field where the soil moisture sensor is installed and carefully dig it up. Be careful not to damage it though. We need to remove the sensor, but it's a bad idea to cut the wire this short. Consider removing the wire all the way back to the box where the original splice was made, saving the entire wire length. Remember that industry standards call for splices to be made in a pull box with 18 inches of slack. Taking the time now will make reinstalling the device easier later on. With the sensor out of the ground, inspect it for damage. This first sensor has a damaged blade, but it may still read moisture, at least temporarily. The damage on this other sensor happened after water got in, and it's unlikely that this sensor will read moisture. Let's test the device back at the controller. Anytime you work on the 2-wire path, power down the controller. Unplugging the controller, turning off the circuit breaker, or disconnecting the orange plug on the control board all can power down the controller. With the power off, I can disconnect the existing wire path from the terminals and set those aside. I'll connect the soil moisture sensor to the red and black 2-wire terminals, making it the only wire connected to the controller. If you're working on a conventional wire system, you can connect the black sensor wire to the common and the red sensor wire to terminals A1, A2, B1, or B2. Those are the only conventional wire terminals that look for a moisture sensor. We'll want to wet the sensor before testing it, so get a hose and find a bucket. Power the controller back up and return to the Test Single 2-Wire Device menu, rerunning the test on Moisture Sensor 1. While looking at the test results, keep in mind that the sensor measures volumetric moisture content. That means the sensor fully underwater reads about 35%. If the controller can find moisture on the sensor while it's directly connected, we eliminate the device as the issue. This means the problem is either due to installation, the wire path, or the splices on the wire path. Is your moisture sensor installed at the proper depth? Does it have soil touching on all sides? These are important details for accurate data, so be sure to review the installation details that came with the sensor or look on the baseline website. If sensor installation wasn't the issue, spend some time with wire troubleshooting. Look closely at wire splices, wire integrity, or for wire damage. If the controller couldn't find moisture on the sensor while it was connected, the sensor is likely the issue. Contact baseline support via email or phone to see if your device is eligible for warranty replacement.